friends. It's Digital D again. Hope you're having a great week. So this week we've started talking about subtraction. And so before, when we talked about addition, we talked about putting things together. All right? So what's different about subtraction? We don't put things together anymore. Now, instead of putting them together, we're kind of taking some and moving them, breaking them apart, or what we say, take away. All right? So there's lots of terms we use to talk about subtraction. That means we can have like 5 things, and when we take some away or hide them or remove them, or we can what we call minus or subtract. So let's take a look at some of the things you did with your teacher this week in school.
In lesson 16 of Ready Math, we move past addition and start working with subtraction. And in this first lesson of subtraction, we just want to understand what subtraction is. So here I have some things for us to look at. It says 5 take away 3. All right, take away. So when we talked about addition, we talked about adding or putting things together. When we talk about subtraction, it means we're going to start with a number and we're going to take some away, or we're going to separate them apart. All right, we can also say the word minus. 5 minus 3. All right, it means the same thing as take away, but we use the word minus when we say that, or we use that subtraction symbol that looks like that right there. All right, so all 3 of those, 5 take away 3, 5 minus 3, and then 5 with our subtraction symbol showing that we are subtracting 3. So this week with your teacher, you might have done some stuff with your cube trains or with counters, starting with a number and then subtracting some away. So let's start by looking at this first cube train. We're going to fill in how many do we have to start with. So let's count them together. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're starting with 5 cubes. But I'm going to mark off some of our cubes with an X. You can imagine if I had these in my hand and you could see them, that really I would just be taking off these 2 cubes and subtracting them from the number I started with. So imagine me breaking off these 2 cubes, and what do we have left after I break apart 2 cubes? We only have 1, 2, 3 left. So let's go back and finish filling in our number sentence. I started with 5. How many did I take away? I want you to hold up your fingers and show me. How many did I take away? That's right, we marked off 2. So I had 5. I'm going to subtract or minus 2. How many did we say we had left over? How many did we count right here? That's right, 3. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. Let's think about this next one right here with the blue. I want you to go ahead and count how many cubes we have in the blue cube train. I want you to count those silently in your head. How many blue cubes are there? That's right, we have 4 blue cubes. And again, I'm going to subtract some of those cubes. I'm going to take them away. So count with me, please. I'm going to take away 1 cube. So what number should I fill in here in this blank? If I started with 4 and I'm subtracting, what number would go here? That's right, the number 1, because it's showing you how many I'm taking away or how many I crossed off or broke off from my cube train. which then leaves us with our final piece, which is the answer. So 4 cubes, I minus or subtract or take away 1. How many cubes do I have left? I want you to go ahead and turn to your partner or someone next to you and tell them, how many cubes do we have left if I have 4 and I take away 1? So 4 minus 1 is 3. And we can count it. 1, 2, 3. We had 3 cubes left over after we took off one of them. Let's look at our green cubes. How many green cubes are we starting with? That's right, we only have 2. What happens if I mark off 2 cubes? How many am I taking away? How many did I mark off? I marked off 2. I had 2 and I took 2 away. So now this one's a little tricky. If I had 2 green cubes and I subtract 2 cubes, how many cubes do I have left? Remember that each time I put an X on my cubes, that means that they're no longer there. All right, they're gone. So if I have 2 and I take away 2, how many are left? Well, you're right. Some of you, I hear you. We have 0. They are all gone. All right, if I have a number and I take away that whole amount, that means there's nothing left over. 0. What about this last one? We have how many cubes to start with? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3. So we start with 3 cubes. And I'm going to mark off 1 cube. Where would that 1 go in my number sentence? Would it go here or would it go here? I want you to pat your head if you think the 1 goes in this blank. Pat your head. If you think the 1 goes in this blank, I want you to touch your nose. All right, all of you touching your nose. The 1 does go right here because that's showing you how many I'm taking away. I had 3 cubes. I have that right there. I am subtracting or taking away. I marked off 1, so I'm taking away 1 cube. 3 minus 1 equals what number? How many do I have left? I want everybody to shout it out. We have 2 cubes left over.
Great job, friends, practicing your subtraction. So we can mark things off, or if we actually have things in our hand, we can take them and separate them apart. And that's subtraction. We're taking away. We're going to keep on this, and next week you're going to practice subtracting within 5, just like we did with addition, but now we're working on subtraction. So, good luck this week. I'll see you next week, and until then, keep counting.